Hey there, Facebook. How's it going? Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing this evening? It's me, it's me. It's that crazy woman with all the words. I've been busy today, going through some old stuff and throwing stuff away. I'm tired, y'all. I'm ready to call it a day. Hey, Kim. I hope you're doing okay. It's good to see you on. I'm going to give it just a minute and see if anybody else pops on, and then I'll go ahead and get started. Because it's going to be an early night for me tonight. My kitchen table looks like a war zone right now, but tomorrow is another day. Hey, Michelle. Thanks for coming on. I'll go ahead and get started. That way everybody can get back to what they're doing. I've said before that I cannot stand clutter, and it's true. It drives me insane. I'm sorry to hear you're tired too. It must be a day for it. Goodness, I'm worn out. The clutter in my house, though, it's my own fault because I hang on to stuff too long, and I create more work for myself by doing that. Can any of you relate to that? I know I've got one friend that's having a yard sale tomorrow. I can't have yard sales here, or I would. I've just been going through. I donate some stuff, and then other stuff I just throw away. So doing that and decluttering today leads me to today's word. And some of y'all might not like this word too much. I have to go ahead and put a disclaimer on it, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you don't want to hear what I'm going to say, you're probably the one that needs to hear it the most. I have to take responsibility for the fact that I have more clutter than I want in my apartment right now. And that's today's word, responsibility. So I've decluttered and gotten rid of stuff before, multiple times over the years actually. But the new stuff that's come in since then, that's totally on me. If I'm not happy with it, then it's my responsibility to do something about it, which is what I'm doing. So let's go over the definition for responsibility real quick. Most people know what it means, but I'm just going to throw this in here anyway. The state or fact of being accountable or to blame for something. The opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. So I'm taking responsibility for my mess, but sometimes we refuse to take responsibility. Some people are just professional blamers, and nothing is ever their fault. It's easier to blame a particular situation, a person, or a group of people instead of owning up to our own decisions and mistakes. And remember, I've said before that there are some people out there that aren't happy unless they're completely miserable. Technically, usually, those are people that don't want to take responsibility. Now, there are other times when we're truly victims of situations. Bad and even horrible things happen every single day, and sometimes it's really hard to recover from those things. But if they happened years and years ago, why are you still letting those things control you and continue to make you a victim? You should be proud of the fact that you survived whatever it is. You're a survivor. And take responsibility for your happiness now. Whatever it was you lived through and survived. So we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we choose to respond to those things. And I understand that some things you can't just easily get over, but try to understand that if something happened to you 10, 15, 20 years ago when you were a kid, as traumatic as it was, you survived it. You're here, you're doing it, you're living every single day. So whether you need to seek counseling or talk to someone or find online resources, do your best to try to work through that, because you survived for a reason, and it wasn't just to be a victim for the rest of your life. So I'm going to link some articles and blogs just like I always do. And when I Googled the word responsibility, or what was it that I Googled? How to take responsibility or something like that, hundreds of thousands of results came up. So the first one that I'm going to link is from a website called Thrive Global, and it's entitled 9 Ways to Take Responsibility for Your Life by Dina, I think her last name is Morasis, or I'm not sure, I probably just butchered that, but the link will be in the comments. So these are her 9 steps. The first one, take responsibility for your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. They're yours. No one can make you think, feel, say, or do anything, just like you can't control what someone else thinks, feels, or says. The second one's a big one. Stop blaming. Stop blaming people, things, and situations that have happened to you over the years, because it keeps you in that victim mode. And once you get into that victim mode, it's really hard to get out of it. The third one, stop complaining. This is another one. This also keeps you in victim mode and keeps you focused on negative things. And don't forget, negativity is contagious. If you stay focused on negative, you're never going to find the positive. All you're ever going to get is negative. So instead, ask what you can learn from the situation and turn that into a positive. The next one, and this one's huge, especially in this day and age where everyone gets offended by everything. Refuse to take anything personal. Stop assuming that everything is about you or is a personal attack. Instead of assuming, ask questions. And remember that you can only control your response, no one else's. The next one, number 5, make yourself happy. Stop looking at people to make you happy. It isn't their job. It's not your spouse's job. It's not your kid's job. It's not your coworker's job to make you happy. If you're waiting on that perfect relationship, but you're not happy with yourself first, you're going to have a very difficult time. And in the same token, if you're not happy with yourself, how do you expect to make someone else happy? You need to work on self-development first. And I always get tickled. It's funny, but it's sad at the same time when I see this meme circulating Facebook. It says, some girls really be claiming he's my world, but this is your 4th world in 2 months. Are you building a solar system? And it's funny, but it's not funny, because I've seen that, you know. And why is it that those relationships don't last? It's because the people are not happy with themselves. And until they're happy with where they're at, they're never going to make anybody else happy. So, you know, that's a thought. Make yourself happy first and quit relying on other people to do it for you. Number 6, live in the present now. The past is history. The future is a mystery. There is only now. Choose your thoughts carefully and stop rerunning the same 60,000 thoughts from yesterday if they didn't get you what you want in life. Stop giving the past control of your present. Quit dwelling on it. Hey, Tiffany, thanks. Hey, Sierra and Logan. Sorry I didn't welcome y'all when you first came on, but I appreciate you coming on here. But stop letting the past control your present and your future. Okay, number 7, use the power of intention. You have the power to choose which direction your life goes in. Those goals that you've set for your life, and I did that was like, I don't remember, day 5 maybe. You should be deliberately making choices to move you forward towards those goals. So you have the power of intention, what you intend to do. So use it. Make the right decisions, and the decisions that you know are going to move you towards your goal. Number 8, feel calm and confident. When you take responsibility, you'll feel calm because you know you're in charge of yourself and your responses. Again, you control your responses to situations. And number 9, this one's kind of hard in this day and age. Look for the good in people. Look for the intentions behind their behavior. Remove the labels you've assigned to them and look at them as just a human being. Listen to understand instead of listening to respond. And I see this so much on social media. Oh my goodness, this is why I hardly don't read the news anymore, because you'll get 1,000 people on any news story and they're just mean and hateful and cutting people down and saying horrible, horrible things to them. You know, there is an actual person on the other end of that keyboard, a person that has feelings and has a family, and you know, it kills me. I can't even stand to read the news anymore, honestly, because people are just so mean to each other. Ask questions to understand what they mean instead of interrupting and voicing your opinion. Sometimes it's blatantly obvious what someone means, like in those really mean comments. And like I said, I see them especially on news stories. A lot of the political stuff, people just lose their minds over. But other times, it's harder to distinguish tone and intention from typed words. So that's where asking questions can help. You know, because some people, like, I'm all for sarcasm. I'm a sarcastic person by nature. Without humor and sarcasm, I wouldn't have made it through a lot of the things I've made it through. But I am not intentionally mean and cruel to people. There's a difference. So the second source that I'm going to link is called hackspirit.com. How to Take Responsibility for Your Life. 10 No-Nonsense Tips by Lachlan Brown. And I'm just going to run through these real quick because, like I said, the link will be in the comments. But you're going to see several repeating themes in this list as well. Number 1, stop blaming other people. Number 2, stop making excuses. Number 3, love yourself. Now that doesn't mean be conceited and all of that, but you have to have a level of self-respect and dignity. Number 4, what does your day look like? Your daily habits. And this is all for how to take responsibility, as I said. Accept negative emotions as a part of life. No one's happy all the time, okay? And negative things happen. But once again, as I've stated on several videos, acknowledge that negative stuff. Process it. But don't pack a bag and live there indefinitely. Don't be there, you know, for years and years and years. Do what you need to do to process it and move on with your life and look for the positive things instead of the negative. Number 6, stop chasing happiness with outside attachments. That's important. You need to look for yourself again, or look to yourself to make you happy. No one else can do it for you. Drugs and drinking can't do it for you. Sleeping around can't do it for you. You have to find your happiness yourself. Number 7, do what you say you'll do. This one's a big one for me. I I can't stand to be lied to. Don't tell me you're going to do something if you're not going to do it. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. Number 8, stop complaining. That was on the other one. Number 9, focus on taking action. To get the results that you're looking for, just like with every other word, you have to take some action. You have to seek it out. You have to work on it yourself. Number 10, hang out with people who don't bring you down. That goes along with removing toxic people from your life. No matter what the relationship is, if they're constantly bringing you down and they never have anything good to say, and their depression is depressing you, then maybe you need to step back a little bit. Because you can't, if you're going to be negative all the time, you're not going to reach your goals. So, and unfortunately, once again, there are some people who aren't happy unless they're completely miserable and making everybody else around them miserable too. So you know who those people are in your life. Hopefully you've taken something positive away from this. I know a lot of it seems like it's griping and complaining and preaching, but there's a positive end result to it if you can take these steps. If you're not in the habit of taking responsibility for your life, you can break that habit if you really focus and work on it. And these are just 2 resources. There are many, many more. But something that you need to think about is someone is in control of your life, and someone is controlling all the shots. Whether it's you, someone who's currently in your life, or someone you had a bad encounter with X amount of years ago. So if it isn't you and you're having problems with someone else, try to work on that. It really should be you. You should be in control of your own life. So that's going to be it for today. 'Cause like I said, I'm beat. My bed's calling my name. But remember that you're a role model to someone you know. So be a good one. I will catch you all tomorrow. Thank you all so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.